What are your favorite kids' movies?
Oh, he's not on? Oh, he's not on yet.
Okay.
Where's Kerri? Oh, I thought I saw Anthony comment. He wasn't ready.
Hey,
I saw
Danny.
him comment. I'm sorry. I saw him comment. I thought he was ready. By the way, guys, this is our engineer, Suzannah. She is the one who saves our butts and makes this amazing. There he is. He's here. All right, there we go.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
How you doing, everybody? How you doing?
Very well.
Good.
Welcome.
Nice to see you, by the way. Great interview. It's been hectic here, so I apologize.
By the way, guys, this is our engineer. No problem, buddy. We are ready for you.
All right, hang tight. We got some technical difficulties. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm going to turn you off on my phone right now, Danny. This has never happened. You know what? The minute you go down to one guest, I'm like flustered. Anyway, okay. So we're going to mix it up tonight. We're going to actually go to this is called Mondo Video, this little video section right here. We're going to go Mondo Kiddio, okay? And we're going to learn about what kick-ass kids movies, 80s, of course, you should introduce your kids to. So why don't we sit down in the kids section and have a drink?
Oh, we got 2 Kerris now. We got 2 Kerris. We got Kerri. Kerri is our writer, and then we got Kerri the comedian. This is great. Feel free to comment, by the way, Kerri.
Yeah. I would hope so.
This is a free-for-all. Have fun.
Which Kerri? You need to make up your mind.
Both of you.
Stephen King's Kerri. We'll say Stephen King's Kerri, and then we'll be like Kerri for the
How about
comedian.
not the stripper? I would say not the stripper, but then that would.
I could say no. And I think you should call me the stripper, Kerri. Look, I'll take one for the team. If I have to be the stripper, Kerri, I'll go for it.
You know what's incredible?
But I'm
going to be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
What's just happened?
It's highly unusual, Danny, but I'm going to tell you what's happened is you have lost all control of your show.
I guess
what's
so.
happened here. You have no control over anything.
Oh,
Sit
God
back and
bless
enjoy the
you.
ride.
Dude, now this is like an official Zoom meeting. That's how casual I feel this is. Okay. This is going to be a biased little segment, as they all are. I apologize. But we can really go to any decade and highlight the kids' movies. The first one I'm going to do, if you're going to introduce your kids to some rad shit, Clash of the Titans. Boom.
Yeah. The original.
Yes, Ray Harryhausen, stop motion animation. It's incredible. I'll just leave it at that. All the parents knows what's up.
Harry Hamlin, Judy Bowker. You had.
I met
Rhodes,
Harry Hamlin.
Burgess Meredith again. We were talking
Lawrence
about him
Olivier.
earlier.
Yep.
Lawrence Olivier.
Oh, God.
Maggie
It's
Smith.
beautiful cast. Yes.
I met Harry Hamlin at Fry's Electronics one day.
Oh, you met him?
Oh, yeah. Really super nice guy.
Was he a salesman?
No. He's still no. Well, his career isn't that bad.
No, I'm making a joke. God bless him. I for the guy. He's made some fantastic work in LA Law.
Really sweet, genuine guy. He didn't know me. Talked to me for a while. Really nice guy. So.
Was it at the urinal?
At the urinal. No.
Oh yeah.
No.
So we're just gonna jump right into it. Boom. We got ET because ET, right?
Yes.
You gotta basically what this is if a child can get along with an alien, why can't we get along with everybody else on the planet? So there's a really good lesson in this. It's kind of under the subtext, but at the end of the day, it's a fantastic piece of work by Spielberg. Great score by John Williams. And it's funny, I gotta get my old roommate years back shout out. He said he hated sorry to throw him under the bus, John Williams scores because it told him how to feel. I'm like, well, how did you feel? He goes, really sad. I'm like, well, then they did their job. Moving on.
Now I'm sad.
Yeah. Let's kind of intersperse this. Let's intersperse this. Stephen King's Kerri, tell me about some of your favorite 80s films as a kid that were important to you.
Which Kerri?
Stripper Kerri or the other Kerri?
Stephen King's.
Oh, Stephen King Kerri.
Which one is that again?
That's you.
That's
Carrie.
That's me. Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. Forgot about the spelling difference.
I had the Stephen King one.
Oh, it's indeed. Two of my favorites that I can come up with right away are, first has got to be The Last Starfighter. And that was a movie that I saw in the theater, actually as part of a double feature with Rhinestone, if you could believe it. So it was first The Last Starfighter, and then if anybody else was, left over, then you get to see Sylvester Stallone sing with Dolly Parton, and that was a lot wrong with it. But I remember leaving early because my sister had a curfew, so I couldn't see the last 10 minutes, and which I guess was the big build. Everything was building up to that moment, and I left right before. So
have you since finished it?
I've never finished it, so I've never actually heard Sylvester Stallone do his famous duet with Dolly Parton at the end, being a big country star.
I think you should do a double feature, but you should reverse them. You should finish on Last Starfighter, because if Rhinestone's going to follow that, no.
Nothing. Yeah. It's just like they were talking about trying to follow Dane Cook. How do you follow The Last Starfighter anyways?
It was in the back of my mind right there, yeah.
It's a perfect movie, but Lance Guest is amazing, and Robert Preston is a gem in absolutely anything that he touches.
Can we enlarge her? Why am I? She needs to. Yeah, there you go.
Because they don't want to see this.
There you go.
Don't ever say that to me. Can we enlarge her, please? I did not take that.
Can we enlarge the script?
No.
God damn it.
No, you want to keep me tiny.
Enlarge this.
I'm out. Okay. No, but just
real quick, The Last Starfighter.
What's up? Yeah. Go for it.
The reason I love The Last Starfighter, I loved it as a kid. I loved it so much. One of the biggest things that I loved is when the kid said crapola. And I just started using that. I just started saying crapola all the time as a kid.
I recall that vividly. In fact, that movie is actually kind of like VFX history. It took like days to like render some of the CGI, like a single CGI shot. And like Tron, we're not taking anything away from Tron, of course, but The Last Starfighter I think is hugely underrated, but it's got its fan base. But I do recall there's a horrific element in it when there's like a body twin of Lance Guest who's like covering for him on the planet Earth while he's in space, and then like I guess he's like sharing a bunk bed with his brother. Long story short, the covers come down. He's got like this chicken skin that's bubbling, and I was just like. Right. A 7-year-old, like, dude, it looked like a massive burn victim, God bless, but like it was so jarring for me, and I loved it. So
it was jarring. Plus, the way he got away with it was the little brother that he was supposed to be bunking with. He's like, why are you making all these weird noises? He's like, shut up, or I'll tell mom about your Playboys. And then I was like, oh. So not only was it shocking for the naughty factor, then it's like. Then you whip off the blanket and see that he's this gelatinous blob.
Yes.
Just horrifying in that aspect. So yeah, it was
but it was honest. That kid went right to sleep. Right to sleep. Yeah. Anyway, hell of a pick. I'm gonna just quickly throw in The Dark Crystal because it's puppetry magic.
Yep.
Jim Henson, Frank Oz. Everybody knows about this one. There's a Netflix series right now. Throw it on. Kids will love it. It's a little. Some of the optics at the end don't really hold up, but if you're a 5-year-old, you're gonna be like, "Oh, this is amazing." So there you go.
So Kevin will love it.
Daddy, why?
Kevin will.
That sounds like a plan.
I'm just gonna squeeze in the Neverending Story because who doesn't love Atreyu? And this is when your childhood actually dies because you learn that Artax doesn't live. So. It's a piece. It's like kind of like a vision quest for a child. So I'll give him that. Never ending story. I'm gonna squeeze Kerri in. Excuse me, Suzannah. Not stripper Kerri. Yeah. So we're gonna get to you. So think about those '80s films. I'm coming to you. Suzannah, what do you think about some of your favorite '80s films? Let's talk about that and enlarge the video screen, please.
Okay.
Enlarge yourself.
Well, in the 80s,
I thought we talked about this.
In the 80s, I was a child. And so my kid movies for the 80s are a little bit different than everybody else's. Mine are a little like what I watched in the 80s. So Mommy Dearest. No Hagers in my house. Burr. ever. And you will eat that
Mean
dinner.
Mommy.
Yes, ma'am.
That's piggybacking on my book, Mean Mommy.
Yes, absolutely.
That's not a children's movie. Why would your parents
I
let
know.
you watch that?
That's
I
what I
know.
watched as a child.
Now we
I enjoy
understand.
it, and I made my children watch it. It is a children's movie in my home. Creep Show.
You're like, this could be me.
Creep Show is one of my favorite Stephen King movies. I started out with the comic book, and then I was like, oh, there's a movie. So yeah, I enjoyed Creep Show better than Archie. And last but not least, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Because who doesn't want an animated sidekick? And who doesn't want to look like Jessica Rabbit when you're 9 years old?
I'm not
There you go.
even all these movies that somebody ends up bubbling and gross and half formed. You've got The Last Starfighter, you've got The Dark Crystal where she gets her face melted, and now you're getting this one. There was melting.
Now
The poplins are losing their
It's
essence.
melting. Yes.
Yeah,
Acme.
there's a scene in the Dark Crystal, where the podlings get like their life force sucked out of them, and it's just like you're just watching a puppet, but the puppet's like inflating or deflating, so it's really kind of
The most
jarring.
horrifying moment.
I'm going to go on a limb, Suzannah, and recommend Raging Bull for the kids.
Raging Bull.
Yeah, nice.
I'll look that one up.
Yeah, well, she's gonna say that for the end, but okay.
Midnight Cowboy.
You'll never overcook a steak again.
So I'll try to bang through these real quick because I know time is of the essence. How can you not throw down Ghostbusters? Okay,
Awesome.
Ghostbusters is fan-fucking-tastic. Pardon my language. I'm in the children's section. What am I doing? You need to lock that up. Okay, so
fan-fucking-tastic children's movie.
you're not in the kids section, so you're fine. You're in New York City, apparently. Well, yes, but Times Square, yes. Anyway, so dude, Ivan Reitman classic. This was actually before PG-13 was PG-13. It wasn't even invented yet because there was a movie called Gremlins that pissed off every mother in America, and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, the sequel to Raiders of the Lost Ark, pissed off everybody too because of the heart pulling scene, which were both Spielberg films, which were both PG, and so this came out just PG style. So there were still pissed off parents because some practical effects in this, I mean, the VFX are great, but some of the practical effects are like messed up, you know, like for like a 6-year-old, but you know, it's a parent basis, you know, whatever you wish, but I recommend it.
She was scary.
Oh, are you kidding me? Like set the tone.
Yep.
Well, not only that, but the sex with a ghost scene. That was a little bit.
Exactly, dude. Thank you, sir.
Once they turn 5, you should stop bullshitting kids anyway.
Fair enough.
Oh, I was looking at the word catalog bra section at 5, so I would have been no.
Oh, my God,
That was the
word.
first
Wow.
soundtrack I ever
thought of that for a
bought,
minute.
actually.
Hell of a movie. I was 7 when this came out, and unfortunately, I had a very strict religious mom, which is probably explains why I have all this right here as an adult. So anyway, I wasn't allowed to see this, and I just had to like suffer while my friends talked about it at school. And I'm like, oh yeah, it was a great scene. It was a great scene. I didn't see shit until like 2 years later. It was the worst.
I
This
love
is
Gremlins,
the
man.
biggest. I was the most obsessed kid of all time in space as a 7-year-old. Wasn't allowed to see it, so I just drew it all day at school. Anyway, this movie's rad. It's puppetry magic. Everybody knows about it, so it's on the list. I could talk about
Joe
this for an
Dante.
hour. Joe Dante, yes, your buddy.
I want
him.
I want him to direct my movie. I do.
But you got to reach out to the guy. He's very nice.
Well, Vincent Guastini said he would do it. So,
well, there you go. Yeah, he's awesome, and he's super talented, and I feel studios should throw money at the guy. But you know,
yep,
that's another segment. Cloak and
He needs
Dagger.
that-
Remember
I never saw
this?
that.
Henry
Oh,
Thomas, Dabney Coleman.
Henry Thomas is right. Oh, I got my camera down right there, literally behind me. Yeah, Henry Thomas was in E.T. and Dabney Coleman, God bless him. Basically, it's about a kid whose father is very busy at work. He's a military guy. And Henry Thomas has an imaginary hero who's actually played by Dabney Coleman as well. And they go on some adventures. And basically, this is like the first movie where I felt like real danger. There's nothing supernatural about this. and it's badass. So on the list, moving forward. I mean, I'm trying to like peel through these real quick. Come on now. At this point, I should just hold them all up and be like, watch them. They're great. But who hasn't seen Back to the Future? This is the first time where I'm like, holy shit. Like I think young kids appreciate watching, like, whether they have older siblings or not, they appreciate watching someone kind of like within reach as a character, you know, whether they're, you know, like basically a teen, just like a few years older than them. And that was Marty McFly for me. So it's a hell of a movie. Great sci-fi, great adventure.
I think I saw that hundreds of times because I didn't have cable. I was living in New York, and all I had was that VHS tape, Back to the Future. And I literally would watch it.
You were born in 94.
I had nothing else to watch.
3 segments ago. So now you're watching Back to the Future when it came out. I just can't come up with.
No, VHS. It was on VHS.
Okay. You were watching VHS.
I wasn't a kid.
90s?
I wasn't a kid. I was a broke adult comedian in New York.
He was closer to Christopher Lloyd's age.
Yeah, right.
Okay, let's break this up. Kerri Louise, what is your favorite films from the 80s, kid-wise? What do you think?
Okay. What do I have
Make her
to
big.
Do I have to be a
Don't
kid?
do
when
that!
I wasn't really a kid in the 80s. But we did have gremlin parties. We had like gremlin drinking parties, and I was wasn't quite drinking age, but we would completely destroy the house because we would pretend we were gremlins. It was really fun.
Awesome.
So we would have gremlin parties. 16 Candles and Breakfast Club.
Oh, there you go.
Love them.
Yeah.
Love them.
Yep.
I actually
Who
watched
didn't want to
16
be
Candles.
Molly Ringwald? And I used to have short hair, so people used to say I looked like her.
You do.
wow.
You do. A little bit. Maybe if it's curled.
So I kind of loved that, and I loved 16 Candles and Breakfast Club. The reason why I love Breakfast Club so much was it was basically all in one setting. It was in just the school, and that was it. But it carried you throughout because the characters were so defined and so greatly acted out by those great actors.
Judd Nelson did a reading of my movie.
Strong choice.
I met my hero. He was a hero to me. It was crazy.
That's awesome. That's awesome,
Yeah.
Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
I'll show you the pictures later.
Okay.
Because she doesn't believe you. You have to see it to believe it. Otherwise, Judd Nelson did not read for you. No, I was kidding. Great choices, if I may. I actually watched 16 Candles probably a week ago. Completely holds up. I'm a massive John Hughes fan. I have a Ferris Bueller's Day Off tattoo. Life moves pretty fast. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, nice.
So I'm with you. And Breakfast Club is a perfect film. They're all great. Anyway, all right. So nicely done. This one was a problem for me, and I mean that in a way. When Goonies came out, I'm like, I've arrived. Okay, this actually saw in the theater. I'm like, I can finally see something in the theater. Thanks. It had everything. It had friendship, adventure. It had danger. It was cool shit, and it was so fun. And I'll just this is where Suzannah comes in. So fast forward, 30 something years.
That's a great one.
Yeah, it's hell. I saw 11 times.
Great, one of the great movies of all time for sure.
They're almost. Goonies is almost as good as your glasses. I gotta say, your glasses are pretty fucking sweet, though. I don't know if they're Goonies sweet. By the way, you didn't get those in like Venice Beach, right? Because remember those blue blockers?
Oh, you didn't see the first part of the show.
Of course I did.
Carrie and I have the same glasses.
I know. I'm messing with you.
You did see it. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I saw everybody.
She's wearing them. She's wearing them.
She actually won the poll.
I did.
You did. You won the poll. It was 3-1.
That's a second pair of glasses coming your way.
I'm not getting rid of them.
It was 3-1. I don't know what's sadder, that I won the poll or it was 3-1. Danny, come on. What is this?
I got to be honest. I think Kevin voted. I think Suzanne voted. I know I voted. Waiting for your vote, Carrie. And then it'll be straight up. It'll be an obliteration.
Danny voted for himself.
And that they were $1. How sad is our life right now, Danny?
They're effective.
But you guys appear to get value at the dollar store. I go and whatever I buy, I walk past somewhere else and they got it for 79 cents.
Ooh.
God bless you. See, that's a movie right
Yeah.
there. That's a movie. There's something in there.
There's something there.
There's something there.
My buddy
so
Craig
yeah,
Albright has my buddy Craig Albright. He's a producer. He's got a movie that's coming out actually. That's a mix between Goonies and I wish he could. I forget the name of it. He's gonna kill me. I was gonna bring it up. I'll bring it up if he texts me at the end. It's coming out.
Wait. Danny's forgetting a title of something his friend's working on. There's no way that's true.
Weird.
Deep fried tomatoes.
Deep fried tomatoes or something. I said right.
Whoever said that, God bless
Green,
you.
fried green,
That's
fried
the
green
worst.
killer
It was
tomato
Revenge
attack.
of the Fried Green Tomatoes.
We're off the rails now.
Just
All right,
kidding.
so
I'm just joking.
Goonies. So
Goonies.
I fast forward. I actually bought a black Jeep Cherokee, and I put like bullet holes in the back and tinted the windows. And I gave Jeff Cohen, aka Chunk,
That
a
is
tour
awesome.
of my work. And on the way out, I'm like, "Hey man, you gotta like pose by my Jeep." And so he posed by the bullet holes. You know, he's the one who's like, "Oh, bullet holes the size of matzo balls." I gotta say though, my heart sank when he jumped up to look to see if I had a moonroof, because that's where Jake Vitelli jumped in from the jailbreak, and I had no moonroof. And he goes, "Almost, bro." I'm like, "God."
Oh man,
Anyway,
All right.
that's
the
crazy.
Goonies. Friendships sticking together and evil developers. It's a perfect movie.
You should have told him he smelled like Fizz Ed.
Come on now.
There you go.
There you go.
First film.
Oh my God.
It's the
Loved,
best.
loved that. I can't believe I didn't pick that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just did. It counts.
Dude,
Me
the
and my
one
friend
scene-
would laugh and laugh and laugh, and we would imitate him all the time and still laugh and laugh and laugh.
What?
All right, everyone has to do it now. Everyone has
No.
to. Yes. Please.
really something.
Please. I'm gonna dark crystal you. Please. Come on.
Well, I'm a rebel, Dolly.
Evan. I'm gonna
You
do it.
don't.
What
you
was
don't
he saying in
Dun, dun,
Texas?
dun,
What was
dun,
the
dun.
text? Yeah. That's
I'm a rebel, Dolly. I'm a rebel.
I'm a loner, Dolly. I'm Dottie,
Loner.
a rebel.
I can't. That's why I shouldn't do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh,
What did
hold
he
on.
say about Texas? What was the
He's not
Texas?
happy.
The stars
Not happy.
Oh yeah, there is.
Hell of a movie. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, just don't go to a movie theater with him.
That's good. In
That's
Florida.
right.
It's
That was so sad.
yeah.
Are you kidding me? That's actually one of my
smart.
childhood because I was a Pee Wee's Playhouse fanatic. In fact, every time Pee Wee would get on a scooter and say bye and then like take off, I mean, I was like Saturday morning, time for me to get on my little banana seat bike because I didn't have my own
That's right.
bike yet. It was a long story, and I would to the neighborhood. God bless. So
Awesome.
yes. Banana seat. I had one. It was awful. Anyway, well, that's another segment.
That's-
Spaceballs.
Yes.
If you're going to introduce your kids to parody of the 80s, start with here. I mean, you can, argue, Naked Gun, but, chances are they've seen Star Wars. So this is kind of fun. Boom. And Mel Brooks is a genius.
I made my son
Yeah.
watch that. I
Me
made my
too.
son watch that.
I did too.
How'd it go?
I saw it in the theater.
And then they were fighting with their lightsaber wieners.
It's healed. It's as big
The
as
Schwartz.
I feel like every segment you say that, which is good
What?
because, I finally brought it up. But the last segment you did it.
No, I think we were talking about Skin Deep.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, that was different. Those were
I'm
real
not knocking
wieners.
it. I'm all for it. All right. So to wrap it up,
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Beautiful
Honey, I Shrunk
miniatures.
the Kids.
Rick Moranis
Yes.
classic. It's a good adventure film. It's clean. It's PG, post PG-13. It's just a kick-ass family film. It's super fun. And it actually introduced Roger Rabbit. I don't know if you could see, but they had like a little Tummy Trouble, little short film beforehand.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was pretty exciting in theaters, which led
I saw
to
that in theaters.
and da-da-da, bam, live action animated Roger Rabbit. Fantastic film until the little dude gets inked out or erased, which is another R-Tax moment from like Neverending Story. But beyond that, it's a hell of a movie. So I'm just gonna wrap my second right there. But
Nice.
Honey, I
All
Shrunk
right.
the Kids he just got, didn't he just get mugged or something in New York
He
City?
got punched.
He did.
hold on.
Punched, yeah.
Yes. I thought
It
you
wasn't
said
even a
Greenland for
mugging.
another.
Yeah, it was just punched.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
what-
it wasn't
yeah.
even a mugging. Somebody just randomly went up and punched Rick
And that's
Moranis.
just wrong.
Yeah.
It's just wrong.
Finally.
If you're gonna punch somebody, take their money. Let them go home and feel good about themselves.
Right.
You know, I got robbed.
Yeah, he's just like
Somebody
stressed
was
as hell, like,
desperate. But when somebody just runs up and punches you in the face, there's nowhere for that to go.
That's right.
Right?
You know, you go home like,
it
yeah,
worked
somebody
out well
punched
for
me in my face. Are you okay? Did they take your money? Yeah, they left me with everything. I'm, you know,
I
They
hate
just
to
wanted
say
to
it,
punch me.
it's a sad
That's when you
story.
ask, so what did you do? You obviously upset them somehow.
I hate to say it, the byproduct of that was very successful for his resurgence. I hate to say it. It absolutely, I mean,
Yeah.
there was such a groundswell of people coming around like, fuck that.
Right.
You don't hit Rick Moranis. This guy left Hollywood to take care of his kids when his wife
Right.
passed. Like, I mean,
So you think you're saying
So you think
you
Steve
think-
Gutenberg's scheduling a punch in the face this week? Is that what you're saying?
I was just
almost
gonna say,
asked what
Steve,
I
you
did
planned it?
yeah.
I like it.
Maybe that was Steve Gutenberg that punched him. No. They were trying for a double.
No. See Thomas Howell. Anybody know what I did there?
I do. I saw that. I
That
saw
would
that.
be a great way. That would be a great way for two actors to
Skull
bring
Man.
their careers back. Get in a fist fight in a supermarket. That'd be
Pauly Shore
hilarious.
Actually, Michael Rapaport and Pauly Shore staged, I feel, pretty much like a kind of a rivalry between them, and it was really just kind of a goof to, like, you know, and entertain the audience. I don't know if anybody saw that, but it was enjoyable while it lasted, and then it kind of fizzled out. But it was no.
Kevin, you were muted. Kevin said a whole joke, and he was
Kevin.
laughing about his own joke, and none of us could hear it. He was like,
Kevin.
You missed it.
"You
Unmute.
can't hear you. You're muted."
It's instead
There
of a
you
moot
go.
point, it's a
Andy's
moot
stuck.
point.
There we go.
All right, just to wrap it up, Kevin, do you have any thoughts on 80s kids films? And when I say kids, I mean Ghostbusters it's a family film and an
I mean,
adult
Creep
film.
Show is not a family film.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, it's a comic. Come on.
Yeah. Any thoughts, sir? Are you frozen?
I'm
While he's in cryogenics.
frozen.
How about you, Danny?
He's stunned. He's
I
stunned.
always
I have a question he has no answer to.
he can only have either visual or audio. That's all.
Actually, you know, he's probably just stilled it and he's making a sandwich right now, just like
No, he
smothering
didn't.
peanut butter in there.
I think Big with Tom Hanks.
yeah.
That was one of my favorite movies ever. In fact, when I was writing my leap year movie, I had some big influence from Big. And what was he? Yeah, big influence. What was the other one, Suzanne? I told you earlier, and I forget now. I can't even remember my own movies that I like. This is crazy.
Was it the Rescuers
Did you
Down
write that
Under?
down?
It was
Is he
the Rescuers
kidding?
Down
Maybe
Under.
it's
No, come on. You don't remember? I just told you.
No, I don't remember.
Are you messing with me right now?
Totally.
So what was it? Come on,
The
tell me.
Rescuers
What
Down
was
Under?
it? This isn't
You know
your
why?
heart.
You know why?
You tell
What
us.
he's saying to me.
No, you know why? Because I Googled kids' movies and I looked at the ones that I here it is right here. I'll find it right now.
Danny,
One I like.
Danny doesn't
Harry and the
rely on his
Hendersons.
memory
There
for
you go.
Harry and the Hendersons.
It was the big
Beautiful
one.
film. Love
That's
it.
a good
Director
movie.
William Deere.
That movie was hilarious. Those are my two favorites. Two
I gotta
of my
go.
favorites.
Sandlot. Gotta love Sandlot.
Yeah,
90s, I believe.
Yeah,
But
that was
great
good.
yeah,
film.
that wasn't 80s.
But it doesn't matter.
All right.
He still beat you on Harry and the Hendersons because you had to like refer to like. So I'll accept.
Hey, I
that.
just remembered it, man. What are you talking about? I remembered it.
Well, that's the list. If you're looking for movies for your kids, I mean, you can't go wrong with that lot. That's
okay. I got the movie. That my buddy's is being released. It's Time Crafters and the Treasure of Pirates Cove. It was in People magazine. Craig Albright is the one of the executive producers on it. So it's going to be coming out soon. So guys, you got to check that out. I'm going to say it one more time so you guys got it. Time Crafters and the Treasure of Pirates Cove.
Right.
It's like Goonies mixed with something else. I forget, with Pirates of the Caribbean or something like that. But it looks awesome. So hopefully a new classic.
And Showgirls.
Any final thoughts? Any final thoughts?
Get the large pizza.